Hi there, in this video I'll be replacing an oven control switch on a Beko SC1521 cooker, but these switches are pretty common across the range of solid plate cookers, so this tutorial will be just as useful for other makes and models such as Hotpoint, Creda, Indesit, Ariston and many more. Before you start to do any work on a cooker, turn off the power and if possible, to be extra careful, remove the fuse. The hob top on this cooker is held on by two screws at the back, and once released it unhooks from two brackets at the front. You should have enough room to just move it back to effect a repair, but for the sake of filming I've removed this one. I'm not doing an electrical test on this switch because it's almost as quick to remove it and visually check for burnt or defective terminals as it is to test it with a meter. The thermostat plugs into the rear of the switch and just pulls off, but be careful not to bend or damage the capillary tube or it may render the stat useless. The flat side of the shaft slots into the centre of the switch, and when the switch is turned it also alters the thermostat. This switch is very similar in appearance to the hot plate ones, but differs in a few areas, such as the clasp on the end that holds the stat, the cam is different, and one of the terminals doesn't make contact, so visually check the switch before replacing any wires. Under the control knob are two screws that hold the switch on. Be careful that the screws don't drop or you'll have a job retrieving them, so if you have a magnetic screwdriver, use it. Don't remove any wires at this point. As I said earlier, compare the old switch with the new one you're about to fit, just to make sure it's the correct one for your appliance. When you're satisfied it is the correct switch, screw it in place before adding any wires. This way you don't have to juggle with holding two switches at the same time. It's not unheard of for manufacturers to change supplier partway through production of an appliance, so if your switch differs from the one you're removing, check the box for any information regarding wiring changes, because this will be included with the new switch. Now remove one wire at a time and refit it in the new switch in the same location as on the old one. These spade connectors can be a bit tight and you may need to use a pair of pliers to free them. If possible, try not to pull solely on the wire because this would weaken the connection. Don't just pull the wires off without first noting exactly which terminal they fit onto, or you may reconnect them wrongly. Take your time, because if you haven't made a note of where each wire fits, you could be in trouble if you get it wrong on the first attempt. There is a link wire on this switch and it's impractical to remove one wire at a time in this case, so make sure you know where they fit and remove both together. It may be prudent in this case to make a note of which terminals they fit on before removing them. When you refit the control knob, make sure it's at 0 or in the off position, because otherwise the thermostat could be fitted upside down. I will purposely set the dial at the wrong point just to show you what I mean. If you do fit it the wrong way up, you'd only be able to turn the dial a quarter of the way round. That's why it's best to fit the control knob before refitting the stat. With the thermostat located correctly, you can turn the dial all the way round. Before you replace the hob top, make sure that all the wires are in a secure location and not likely to get caught or frayed. Hook the front under the two locating brackets again and refit the screws at the back. On behalf of Selfix UK, we'd like to thank you for watching this video and hope you found it interesting. Goodbye.